the basis, like I said, like with the work that I do, it's about shedding, first of all, like shedding a lot of like beliefs that you've acquired that don't help you.
Okay.
But the end goal is to gain a really strong relationship with yourself.
Okay.
And then being able to learn how to creatively express that self while also, as a man, being able to embody your sexual nature, because there's a lot of narrative out there, right, that you're well aware of, that's like expressing yourself sexually as a man is looked down upon, right?
How do you feel about that?
I don't care. I don't think about it. I just express myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so once you're comfortable with that and you accept yourself and not worry about what other people are thinking, what society's thinking, what women are thinking, that's just not even part of your thought process. It's about what the person in the mirror thinks.
Okay.
Right? Then you start understanding that, because you're like, whoa, okay, so I'm different. I'm the only one of me. And then you're there for an opportunity. Right? So all that stuff with like, I'm on the phone with the texting, all this stuff, and there's like all these other guys in there with the haze piling on top of yours. Like, that's seeing the self as an option.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys will consider that instead of having a better relationship with the self and saying, then I'm an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, once you start embodying that sort of mentality, along with having a great relationship with yourself and doing things that are good for you, and making you stand out because you're the only you. Yeah. Right?
Okay.
Whereas like a lot of guys are just wanting to figure out how to fit into a general consensus of what's acceptable and attractive.
Got it. Just finding comfort in your independence and your uniqueness, and not worry about trying to be like the guys who get what you want.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? No, and that makes complete sense. So like if a guy lands a date with a woman, right? What are you seeing, like some of the people that you're coaching or just in general, that they're doing wrong in the process of courtship in general?
They are, one of really big one is self-depreciating jokes.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, well, they'll say a joke that brings down their own value.
Give me an example.
Oh, geez.
Because
you never heard a self-depreciating joke? Like,
I'm just trying to imagine it in the context of a guy in the presence of a woman. He'll say something bad about himself.
They'll just make it, but it'll be a joke, right? They'll like joke about their height or something like that. They'll joke about the clothes that they're wearing. They'll joke about a hobby that they have, but it's all in a way of like knocking it down a peg. Like, that's something that they actually do.
Yeah, but is it something that they do towards things that they're insecure about?
No, not necessarily. It's just
because sometimes I do this thing.
Because like what it is to lighten, and what it is an attempt. There's this thing of discomfort that they have, and it's what they're doing is to lighten the mood, right? Because they're trying to they're trying to bring down their own vibe to present to the woman, I'm less of a threat to you, right?
So I'm thinking about it. The reason why I'm trippy is like,
yeah, you're saying there's something that you do.
No. It's not that it's something that I do, but then I have to like ask myself, like, so sometimes I'll do this thing, right? Like I do both, right? I talk myself up and I also like make fun of things, but it's in the context of like sometimes a woman will be like very complimentary towards me, right? I mean, look at me, I'm fucking amazing. But anyway, I'll be out with a woman, and like she might like my shirt that I'm wearing, clothes that I'm wearing, or she might like my car or something like that. And then she'll be like, "Oh, that's a nice." I'll be like, I'll just do that. But I'm not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you like it? It's great."
Right.
Like, so I don't know if that's considered
right. No, what instead of just being like like whatever, it means you're just not. It's not that important to you.
Okay.
If you were to say you're like wearing a suit, and she's like, "Oh, you look great in your suit," right? And you're like, "Oh, actually, I bought it like a couple years ago. It's really kind of old." And
that's wait, people do that?
Yeah, they'll depreciate themselves.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that.
Right.
I don't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, you like the suit? Yeah, good, because you have good taste. That's why.
Uh-huh.
That's what I say. You know what I mean? Like, you have good taste. Good. You're gonna do well on this date.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that's me, because I'm an asshole.
Right. But there's and they actually they follow that narrative, like that women don't like cocky guys. Women like cocky guys.
Oh yeah.
For the most part.
Okay, I got you.
And
okay.
and so what they're doing is listening to that narrative, which is completely unhelpful. And they depreciate themselves. They lower themselves, so that they can present an energy to a woman that says, "I'm less of a threat. You don't have to worry about me. I'm nice," right? And it's like, no. There's something about that cocky guy who's arrogant, who clearly loves himself, that makes. Many times women want to, and plus, if your mouthpiece is on point, then she's trying to qualify to you.
Of course.
Yeah. You're like, hey, I'm good enough to like hang out with this dude. Like, let me show you how.
Yeah.
And like you can hear the tone in the voice when they start saying like you were talking about, say, your favorite movie or something that you saw, and they're like, oh yeah, I saw that, and like you're like, man, I know you didn't see that shit. I can hear it in your voice. No. And if I would ask you a few questions, I could like embarrass the hell out of you, but I'm not going to do that because you're cute.
Yeah.